A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant ruling, Britain's High Court has determined that the government's decision to permit the export of Lockheed Martin F-35 jet parts to Israel is lawful, even though the court acknowledged that these components could potentially be used in violation of international humanitarian law. The ruling, delivered by Judges Stephen Males and Karen Stein, spans 72 pages and emphasizes that the matter at hand is not merely about the jet parts, but rather a broader political issue that falls under the purview of the government rather than the judiciary. The judges articulated that it is not within the court's jurisdiction to mandate the UK to withdraw from a multilateral defense collaboration due to concerns that UK-manufactured components might be supplied to Israel and utilized in serious breaches of international law amidst the ongoing conflict in Gaza. They underscored that such sensitive political matters are the responsibility of the executive branch, which is accountable to Parliament and ultimately to the electorate. The UK plays a vital role in the international defense program that produces F-35s, contributing around 15% of each aircraft. However, the parts in question are not specifically manufactured for Israel. The legal action was initiated by the Palestinian human rights organization Al-Haq, which argued that the government's decision to exempt F-35 parts from a suspension of some export licenses was unlawful, as it poses a significant risk of facilitating crime. During a hearing earlier this year, Al-Haq emphasized the potential for the UK's actions to contribute to violations of international law. Defense Secretary John Healey previously warned that halting the export of these components would disrupt the entire F-35 program and have severe implications for international peace and security. In response to the ruling, Sean Jabrin, the chief of Al-Haq, expressed disappointment but noted that the case has amplified the voices of the Palestinian people and garnered substantial public support. He stated, "Despite the outcome of today, this case has centered the voice of the Palestinian people and has rallied significant public support, and it is just the start." Al-Haq, along with other human rights organizations, aims to hold governments accountable for their actions and challenge Israel's perceived impunity. The High Court's decision comes in the wake of a suspension of approximately 30 of 350 arms export licenses to Israel, announced by Foreign Secretary David Lammy last September, following a review of compliance with international humanitarian law. However, this suspension did not extend to the F-35 parts, which include critical components such as refueling probes and laser targeting systems. Advocacy groups like Oxfam International, which joined Al-Haq's legal challenge, criticized the partial ban for failing to address the continued export of military items to Israel. Since the onset of the conflict in Gaza in October 2023, Israeli military actions have reportedly resulted in the deaths of more than 56,500 individuals and injuries to over 133,000 others. The ruling has sparked disappointment among human rights advocates, with Amnesty UK calling it hugely disappointing. The judges concluded that the decision to engage in the F-35 consortium is a matter for the executive branch, emphasizing the importance of maintaining the integrity of the UK's defense commitments and international alliances, particularly in the context of NATO and the ongoing geopolitical tensions involving Russia. The court's determination to sidestep the question of international law compliance raises concerns about the UK's arms export regime and the accountability of government officials in the face of potential violations of humanitarian law. The implications of this ruling are likely to resonate within the ongoing discourse surrounding arms exports, international law, and human rights, as advocates continue to press for greater scrutiny and accountability in the UK's defense dealings. As the situation in Gaza remains dire, the intersection of arms exports and humanitarian law will undoubtedly continue to be a contentious issue in both legal and political arenas. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.